The Lady in White. It was late into the night, one night when I was about 3 years old, maybe a few months before, in 1965, and I couldn't sleep one thickly dark and still night. I remember I was in my own bed, in my own room, and my bedroom door was open, which led into the hallways towards my mother and father's bedroom. For some strange reason, it was as though I was expecting someone to talk into my room. I soon felt a presence, but not one of which I was familiar. And then she walked in. This materialized spirit of a young girl who looked to be about 14 years of age, with long blonde hair and evenly trimmed bangs across her forehead just above her eyes. She was wearing one of those 18th long dresses, a white floral print with a bodice. The dress was floor length, as she held a pinch of it within each hand at the knees to prevent her beautiful dress from dragging the floor. She came dressed to impress, but being a very young child, I was terrified. There was something else about her which was terrifying. She glowed. This lady in white was self-illuminating, brightly lit from within, and her presence was of brilliance, and because of her illumination, my bedroom was brightly lit up as well. One peculiar thing about her was that she did not make any sound, nor did she walk to my bed straight from the doorway. She walked the few feet to my bed, traveling by 2 right angles, taking a left turn immediately after entering the room, then another right angle turn to her right when she was near the foot of my bed. She walked slowly, as though she was pushing against the ether. I remember before she made her second right turn towards me, I was thinking to myself, please just keep walking and disappear into the wall past the foot of my bed. But no, she turned and came to my bedside, standing over me to my left, her eyes transfixed upon me. Something else was now different about her. She had shape-shifted. No longer was she a blonde-haired teenage girl right before me, and without my noticing, she had now taken on the appearance of a 30-year-old lady with auburn blonde hair. Oh yes, I'll never forget those large piercing sky blue eyes of hers. Those she looked upon me, looked through me with. They were like laser eyes. By this time I was beyond petrified, and she sensed it. I had no idea why she was there. What does a young child of 3 years of age know? Had she and I seen each other in a previous life? Had we crossed paths in between lives? Maybe we made soul contracts with each other before this incarnation. Was she my guardian angel? Or, looking back, had she come to instill dread and fear within me only to feed from it? Maybe her presence meant malevolence. After only a moment, which seemed like eternity, she said something to me. A few words, but I could not hear them, nor make them out. Her appearance before me was of complete silence. How many hours of reflection since then have I wished to know that those few words where she had silently spoken. Still sensing my panic, she then did something totally unexpected. She reached out with her left hand and not only touched me, but she also started tickling me. Was she trying to ease my fear by making me laugh? I was too scared to faint, much less laugh, and lying there on my back frozen with dread, I somehow summoned the courage from deep within myself and told her to quit it. She immediately froze in her stance, removed her blue eyes stare from upon me, and then moving robotically, she looked upward, gazing into the distance, a foot or so above me, like she was waiting for instructions from some unseen guide of what to do next. At the moment, I suppose having received her answer, she abruptly ceased her attentiveness towards me, turned, pinched her dress again at the knees, and walked out of my bedroom into the hallway and disappeared. There's one peculiar thing I remember noticing about her as she left the room. She walked with a slight limp. Whatever this entity or apparition was, she had an imperfection. Part of me wanted to follow her, for I felt I've heard her feelings. But I just laid there, terrified, feeling violated and heavy the rest of the night, hardly sleeping. To this day, some almost 60 years later, her visit that night without answers still haunts me. Yeah, guys, that was the video and I hope you liked it. And if you liked it, so please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to tickle the bell too, so every time if I upload a new video, you will know it. So stay healthy and creepy, like every time. Bye, guys.